Pastor Kenneth Sharpton Glasgow claims he's Reverend Al Sharpton's brother, and he's registering thousands of felons to vote in the hotly contested, upcoming Senate election. When the local News 5 station looked into the pastor's claim that he was Al Sharpton's brother, they made an interesting discovery. Glasgow told News 5 that he was indeed Al Sharpton's brother and that he dropped the Sharpton because we didn't want somebody that's a racist, a bigot, to try to kill me knowing I was Sharpton's brother while he was in prison. News 5 performed a background check on Glasgow and came up with nothing. They also called Reverend Sharpton's office in New York and spoke with Sharpton's media correspondent, who said he'd never heard of Kenneth Sharpton Glasgow. It wasn't until they contacted Sharpton Glasgow's mother, Tina Glasgow, that they finally discovered the connection. As it turns out, Glasgow actually has ties to Al Sharpton. Watch the video below for the bizarre details. Much like his brother, the pastor is also a Democrat activist, and he is pulling out all the stops to help the party defeat Judge Roy Moore, the Republican candidate for Senate in Alabama. While the Democrat Party is begging for donors to help support Moore's opponent, Doug Jones, Al Sharpton's half-brother, is busy signing up felons to vote in a controversial election, where every vote will count. Thousands of felons across Alabama have registered to vote in recent weeks, according to Pastor Kenneth Glasgow, who is heading up a statewide effort to get felons to the voting booth. Glasgow's goal is to get as many felons as possible signed up to vote before the end of the day Monday, the deadline to be able to cast a ballot in Alabama's December 12 U.S. Senate special election. In the last month, I think we registered at least 5,000 to 10,000 people all over the state, Glasgow, president of Dothan's The Ordinary People Society, TOPS, advocacy group, said Monday. I've got people all over the state registering people with my TOPS branches in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Montgomery, Enterprise, Dothan, Abbeville, Geneva, Gordon, Bessemer. We have a lot. For generations, most Alabamians convicted of a felony were barred from ever voting in the state again, but the definition of Moral Turpitude Act, a new law passed by the state legislature and signed by Governor K.I.V. in May, cleared the way for thousands of felons to restore their voting rights. The law lists several dozen felony convictions that are considered crimes of moral turpitude, which means that anyone convicted of one of them loses the right to vote. Other felons are now eligible to restore that right. Previously, the list of crimes that some registrars considered to be of moral turpitude was not clearly defined, and many felons simply believed they could never regain the franchise.